Now we're here. Yeah.
You see me while you hear me?
Yeah. I just moved a little bit closer to the router.
It's okay.
There we go. And we're here.
Uh,
How you doing?
how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. It's like a bit dodgy in the moment, so I'm sitting outside. I just hope it doesn't start to rain, which actually would be a nice thing. So rain, we need rain, but now, not when I'm doing an interview outside.
Okay. You are. Do you have any cover for this?
No, all good, all good. In emergency, I'll go down into the studio and that's it.
So I don't know if you remember me.
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Remember, I'm from Bari, south of Italy.
South Italy, Bari. I remember we played in Bari
You
back
played
in the days.
in 1992 with Europe in it.
Yeah.
I
That
remember.
was
I
that
was
was
there.
funny. And we already talked about the weird entrance when
Yeah.
was waiting there with Joey behind the curtain and watched nobody entering the concert. So and everybody was outside. Like I was like, okay, that's weird.
I remember this
Is
time.
it still like that nowadays? Or has it like a little bit improved and people just don't give a shit and just enter? Oh, you're frozen again.
You're
Give me
from.
a second. I have to open the door. Come in. Oh, that's really weird.
Okay.
A days like that.
Okay.
Do like 80 or something interviews, and it only was once that I got stuck. Then I opened the door to the router and everything was fine. Now it's open again. Just hope that it works.
So
Yeah, I remember back in the days, definitely. That was, I
yeah,
mean, we talked about it.
yeah, we talked 4 years ago. We met on Skype for the
Yeah.
new album. I, uh, I I was on the other side of the shop. Now I can move with the computer because everything crashed. But if you remember, I have your poster here.
Yeah. Nice.
It's always there, not today, sorry. So we met on Hamburg, if you remember, in a hotel before the concert one day.
Hmm.
Last, to just
How, how did you like Hamburg?
wow, really.
Yeah, it's
No, last concert in Hamburg 2 years ago. We met
yeah.
in the same hotel, if you remember. I don't know if you remember.
You enjoyed the city?
Concert.
Yeah, was my one of my favorite cities actually. Not everything in Hamburg, but around the Ulster, I really like it.
Yeah. Mhm. Now this is a question for me, not out for this interview.
Okay.
This is yes.
Oh, Kimmer.
But is the original copy or original or a copy about you? I found a web many years ago.
Yeah, nice.
This is original, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
I
I
hope.
got I got one of those somewhere up in my living room. Like two of them. There's like two different covers.
Okay. I have
Uh,
the.
one cover with the band on it, and one like this one. Yeah,
Okay. So I found the rest, the
collect
other.
collectors items.
I'm collectors of your band, Spanish. You have a Spanish.
Yeah, here we go.
So just for fun. Okay. So about the new album,
Mm,
I love it, like the previous.
thank you.
And that I love too much. And I love the same. What about it? I I see is going good. The sale, the reviews. You are happy about this new album, this sales, this I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to have something more easy listening, a little bit more positive, and I think goal mission accomplished. I think
Mhm.
so. When I listen through the album, I have a good feeling. Sometimes I need an album that gives me bad feelings. I know. I mean, the dark shit. I'm into that as well sometimes. But yeah, I mean, sooner or later, I think people need some heavy shit with a positive feeling, and I think this album is perfect for that.
Yeah, yeah. My favorite songs is Into the Sun.
Oh, you're a ballad guy,
Yeah, because
hearted.
I'm romantic, man. Yeah, because they're really emotional songs, vibes. It's a very, very. For me, it's the I define it the forever and one of the 2035.
Hmm.
New, new approach. This is duet is fantastic.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
First, I sang it alone, was nice. Then Michael sang it, and I thought, that's great. I love it. And then the producers came and said, we should do a duet
Yeah.
because both of you have different strengths, which fit perfectly, and you just could add more value to it. And yeah, I'm happy that we did that.
Yeah.
I mean, on the I think the earbook's got all the versions. It's got Andy
Yes.
only, Michael only. Oh yeah, okay.
Both are for version.
Yeah. And we even got
Okay.
a housewife mix on it, like only classical with voice, no guitars. So I did not like that one because I love guitars, and in the first place I wrote it with guitars. So, but yeah, it's there. Why not?
Yeah.
But
And maybe it's a song that you write that you wrote for the previous album, no?
yeah, yeah. But we transposed it. So there was the producer suggestion to transpose it five semitones, to let the people give them a chance to sing along, because the high pitch is not easy for anybody. So, but hey, my counter argument was, look, I mean, when we play Forever and One, everybody is singing along, and it sounds fantastic. And if they can hit the note or not, it still sounds fantastic. So the argument was not really there for me to not record it in the high pitch, but we gave it a try, and at the end of the day, it lost a lot of this Helloween flair because the high pitch is more important than I actually thought it to be. So that's when the decision was made to postpone it for the next album and record it in the original pitch and like the original demo. And yeah, just happy that we did that.
Yeah, great song. Michael Kiske said in interview that his favorite song. So,
Yeah, man, another
yeah, another,
ballad.
another romantic one. What's your favorite song of this new album?
Well, next to Into the Sun, because it's my little baby. I have to take care because it's always your little baby that you wrote that you love most. But next to my songs, put it that way, next to my songs, I would really love to go with Universe, Sasha's milestone, I would say. I love that song. Classical Helloween. Majestic is something I definitely do like. As I said, next to my songs. So Giants on the Run is probably one of my favorites. But again, that's subjective because you should never ask the songwriter.
It depends from the moment when you listen.
Exactly,
I,
exactly. And certainly, as I said, as I mentioned, your own babies are always your favorite. So I could easily tell you it's certainly Giants on the Run. Is a little too much. Tokyo, Into the Sun, but that's not fair because for that given reason, it's my songs. So I love them to death anyway. But I realize that there are great songs, as I said, like Majestic, Universe, but definitely killer songs as well. Also, We Can Be Gods, I love very much now. I learned to love. In the beginning, I thought, okay, it's a little bit very, yeah, full, packed with instruments and piano with speed metal. I did not know if that would work, speed metal and piano, but it does. It does. It's got that twist. It's got that twinkle of an eye, and you go like, okay, I get the joke. And even when you go through the lyrics, you realize, okay, it's about not taking it too serious anyway. So yeah, I learned to love it as well.
yeah, the previous album is most without breath. It's a very.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
This
And
is
this is something you need when listening through an album. I mean, I wrote, for example, I wrote two AORs with Tokyo and A Little Is a Little Too Much. So after some AOR metal rock songs, you definitely need some fist into your face, which we have lots of, I would say. But nevertheless, I always thought it's very important for an album to have these hard rocker or pop metal songs the way they used to have it during the Keeper days, like with I Want Out or Future World or Dr. Steen. I mean, these are more or less AOR songs, and if you don't have them, there's a very important part of the band missing.
Yeah. So I watched your some your recent interviews. Um, in one of them, you said that you don't like too much. I understand. Acoustic concept. It's true.
Yeah. In the first place, I actually only learned at the age of 14 to play guitar on an acoustic guitar. I only allowed it myself to do that to actually get the basic techniques playing a guitar. As soon as I knew that, I throw the acoustic away and immediately swap to an electric guitar. That's what I'm going for. Was my goal. All my idols played electric guitars, and we both know. I mean, the sound of an acoustic guitar is so much different to an electric guitar when you can put in distortion or grungy or whatever. That was my world. That's what I wanted to hear. So yeah, in matter of fact, acoustic guitars, I don't dislike them, put it that way, but it's not the instrument that made me start rock music. To start rock music, you actually should not start with an acoustic guitar. You have to have an electric guitar. That gives you that sound of rock. So yes, I can understand that everybody has to start with the acoustic guitar, but I was so impatient. I was like, ah, I know I have to learn it now, but I didn't like it. Put it that way. I did not like it.
But I think that Helloween, especially for your kind of voice, your kind to play, is a perfect for an acoustic concert or in middle of the concert. It's only a set because I
Yeah,
remember the promotional concert for an armed or others
yeah.
when you play with Pink Cream.
Well,
It's,
I appreciate it for one or two songs. That's okay.
uh,
I can see the necessity in a concert to actually loosen it up a little bit, give it a break, give everybody's ears some holiday, some vacation for 5 or 6 minutes. This is where acoustic guitars shine. If you cannot perform them on electric, I mean, I remember a few years ago when we decided to make an acoustic version, Forever and One duet with Michael and myself. We actually then decided to put it onto electric guitar, and Sasha plays with the electric guitar in the back. That for me it was much more fun than having this dry acoustic nylon or Western guitar. This is something I don't like. I mean, yes, I like to sit around a fireplace with my friends and shit like that, but as soon as somebody starts to play guitar, I'm out, because that fireplace guitar playing, that's not exactly what I love. I love rock. And rock for me is, as I mentioned, it's electric guitar. And an electric guitar and a clean sounds so fantastic, I think. So if you would compare, if you give me the choice to pick an electric clean guitar to the nylon or Western guitar, I always would pick the electric clean.
so you have a really big career. Really, so you are in the Halloween, only the Halloween from 31 years. And in an interview, your funny said, still calling a new singer of Halloween. It's true.
Again, the last sentence.
Someone calling you the new singer of Halloween. Sometimes it's true.
Yeah. Well,
Sometimes it's the shop here is the same
but that's always like that. I mean, I am the newest singer.
for 31 years.
Yeah, yeah. But you still will be the new singer. I mean, it was Kai on the Walls of Jericho before Michael and me, and then came Michael, and then came Andy. So I'm the new singer. Any way you put it, it's the truth. It doesn't matter how long you're in the band, you're still the new singer. The funny thing is now we got a new old singer.
So that you are a really talented man, a really talented singer. Today, Halloween, and we still thank you. Instead, we thank you for your great contribution to the band.
My pleasure.
Yeah, you saved the band for me, but not
Yeah,
for
but it's my hobby. You have to put it that way. So it's actually vice versa. Actually, we have to thank everybody that made us possible to live the way we live. So when you can live with your hobby, that's the greatest gift you can have, I think, in life. So we all know that this hobby sometimes have downsides, like waiting at airports and no sleep and shit like that, and traveling all over the world. Sometimes it's very hard, but I would not love to. I would never would like to change it with anything else. I mean, the next thing that would come into my mind that would probably give me joy is working with wood. So I'd probably be a frigging carpenter or something like that, something creative. But nevertheless, I would not. I would never change it. You know.
I know because one of my questions is this: when you are united, all seven elements, pumpkins united.
Mm,
For me, this is a really, how can I say, a sincere reunion
mm,
from the public. I saw you're really friends between bands, the member of the bands. With Michael Kiske, you are, it seems like they're really, really friends. And we saw this from the public.
mm, mm.
It's vibes.
No,
Uh,
we're just two brilliant actors.
maybe. Maybe. But no, 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 no. But when you the concept was spectacular for this reason.
Yeah, I think I get it because I'm I I'm a huge fan of Van Halen, and I remember back in the days there was this reunion with David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar,
Yeah.
and they played one show in Las Vegas, but it was the one and only show because in the middle of the concert they kicked their asses. I mean, seriously. Probably Diamond Dave had too much cocaine, and maybe Sammy Hagar was too much on vodka. I don't know, or tequila. Um, but they really kicked their ass on stage in front of everybody, and my dream was destroyed. Because I love them both. I love Diamond Dave. I love Sammy Hagar. Yeah, that would be for me. It would have been the greatest Pumpkins United,
Oh yeah, 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 why
but
not?
they didn't do it. They didn't do it. And I remember back in the days when we had the first meetings, like with Kai and Michael Kiske, we talked about that too. I said, yeah, that was a shock for everybody because nearly all the guys in the band are Van Halen fans, and everybody would have celebrated that having both of the singers on stage. And that gave us the focus, so to say, not to fuck it up if possible, because I realized I was not the only guy completely disappointed. There were like millions of people disappointed because Van Halen didn't go through with it. They couldn't do it, idiots. But yeah, that's life. But that was something to learn from. I mean, you cannot force it. If people don't like themselves, you should not put them on stage together. I mean, I think that's the moral of the story.
Yeah, but when you started, you imagine this big success. What was this Pumpkins United a really, really big success of tour?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Was
honestly, we,
it was
we did not we did not even realize it after the first three or four concerts. It finally hit. Like that was not an exception. We played in front of like four up to 7,000 people somewhere in South America, and we realized, okay, that's great, but it didn't kick in that this is now the future, that there will forever be at least five, if not 14,000 people in the concert hall. This was like, wow, a big jump up. And it took us quite a while to realize that this is the new normal now. And then you're just grateful. I mean, I remember Michael Kiske and I, when the boys mainly had their own shit going on with like Kai's medley, for example. We had like 14 minutes during Kai's medleys, and Michael and I just were standing side by side and looking into the crowd behind the curtain and looking at everything. Everything got so big, everything was so huge, and we just looked at each other and said, "Wow! I mean, can you believe it?" And we both like were like, "Nah, it's unbelievable." So we did not take it for granted. We really were like, "Wow!" in awe, and something happens here which is not to be explained easily. So yeah, we did something right, I think. And yeah, I'll be forever grateful for that. And believe me, the next world tour we're gonna enjoy it again and again.
When,
Yeah,
when you are in Budokan, for example, it's funny that you say, good, I wanna play Budokan, then I can die, no?
yeah, that
When
was
you are on the stage, I can die now. Please. It's
yeah,
fun.
but that was the saying back in the days,
Yeah.
because many of our favorite bands, like the Scorpions or Judas Priest, they recorded some great live shows in Budokan, like Unleashed in the East and Tokyo Tapes back in '78, I think. So for me, this was like I was that small guy, small boy, looking up to these giants who played in Budokan and all these great shows they did all over the world. Um, yeah, I mean, it's how can I describe that? I mean, as a little boy, you're allowed to dream of it, but you in the back of your head, you always got that little monster telling you, you may dream about it, but never count on it, you know. And suddenly you stand there and you play that thing and you go like, wow, tonight we're recording a DVD in Budokan, Helloween live. Uh, yeah, that's a dream come true for little Andy from Germany. That was like, wow, okay, I'm here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So now, what is your next dream or project? What you dream?
Well, the biggest dream would be to be able to continue the way we are now. I mean, I don't ask for more. Um, Honestly, I'm just hoping that we can, um, well, that we can stay on the level we are now. I don't need to jump up even higher because I'm very comfortable still living my life more or less unrecognized walking through the streets. Um, Maybe there's one or two autographs per day, and that's it. So if we would go even higher, I think then life would become a little bit more complicated. So I don't want to be, honestly, I don't want to be leading a life of like Metallica or Iron Maiden, because they are so popular out there. You could not walk 5 minutes without having somebody else like come and go like, are you this? Yeah, yeah, autograph or photo and blah blah blah. Nothing against this. I mean, that's okay. But when you're out there with your family and you don't have 5 minutes for yourself, I think your life is getting a bit more complicated. And I think my wife would kill me.
I understand. I understand.
So I'm happy where we are. I mean, it's super great that you can actually still reach these yeah success stages um, at the late point of our career, I would say, because I would say two-third, if not three-quarter of our career is already behind us, which was great. But now, for the last 10 or 15 years that we may be around and stand on stages, it's great when you have reached that level and can enjoy the fuck out of it in good in plain English. So that's a dream come true, definitely. So just let us be the way we are.
About the family, tu hijo toca en una banda, ¿no?
Mi hijo, sí, sí, sí. No, pero no es un grupo, no. It's not a band.
Ah,
Uh, he's a solo artist actually, and he is always hiring
it's okay.
his band whenever he has a some concert. So that's another question. He should actually have his own band. It's what I always tell him. Find the people who commit, who like what you do, It's much easier to have your own band around. Yes, you have that family, you have to feed them then. So, and the money that would come in if there's some success, you would have to share. But life is so much easier because you have some people around you that hopefully become your friends. And so for me, it would be impossible. If I would imagine myself traveling the world as a solo artist, I would probably be the most lonesome boy in the world. At least I would feel like the most lonesome guy. Imagine you're a solo artist, you have a lot of success, and there's no band which grew with you, but there's always some people around you that you hired. You're very lonesome then. I mean,
Uh,
that would definitely not be my yeah, that would not be the fulfillment of my dream. I always wanted to conquer the world with people I know and people I love. And that was for me, it was so easy to join Helloween because one of my best friends was already playing guitar in Helloween, Michael Wyckoff. So for me, it was the same dream, just in a different band, and let's conquer the world with them then. And now that Michael is in the band, and I found another great friend, for me, my world is just very perfect, and I hope it stays that way.
about solo career, maybe solo album in the future, the
Yeah,
fourth
that's
solo album.
that's that's something I would never negate, but probably the next solo album would probably be the last album I ever do. So that's something I push away into 10, 15 years into the future. Um, I would probably do one goodbye solo album. Not only a goodbye to my fans and the people that were actually following my journey or our journey, but it'll be my little, yeah,
Yeah.
what's the right word? My little chop on the cup of the coffee. Put it that way.
Okay,
So
okay. I loved your three solo album. No? I love it. It's a very, very.
yeah, but yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I would do that again, but as I said, that would be the final audio sign.
Okay. I can imagine you can't make any spoiler or set list.
About
Set list, any
oh,
spoiler
Setlist. Well, spoiler. Um,
or just
it's half a secret. It's on the Halloween
mm,
official website. You can have like a look at the top 20 from the fans, and there's quite a few songs which we never played in our history from that list. So with a little bit of looking, you can imagine which songs I'm talking about. There's also lots of songs, at least five songs that we haven't played for decades. So there's some very new material that was never played, and there is some material which was played some 20, 30 years ago. Certainly mixed with the stuff we have to play, and certainly mixed with five songs from the new album.
well, we'll see in some cities, Madrid, Milan.
Yeah, but it's
I'm going
also
to go
also
to
also we would piss people off because sometimes we change the set list.
yeah,
So we have another seven songs that we also additionally rehearse because there are many concerts where we had a chance to play a second night. So the same concert hall, but the second night, and we're gonna change the set list for
because
the second night.
I'm going to see Madrid, another city, because I
Okay. So
see
Madrid will be two different
I want to listen to old songs. So, about me, though not only for me, from the previous album, Skyfall, it becomes a super classic, a masterpiece.
Hmm.
No? Which songs of the new album do you think become a similar classic or one of the
Oh,
best?
that's hard to say.
Uh,
Um, if we stay in the genre of like Skyfall, there's definitely Majestic and Giants on the Run. these two could be something in that ballpark, but neither Majestic or Giants on the Run are hitting the playing length. So I think Giants on the Run is about 7 minutes, Majestic is 8 minutes something. So they are not these super monumental songs like Skyfall. So that's hard to say. I would say it's Giants on the Run and Majestic together. I think we have two of these epic songs,
Yeah.
not as long as Skyfall.
Sky, but Skyfall is a fantastic as well. Yeah. So, how, what is this the means of giants and monsters?
Well, Giants are supposed,
More actual, you know, more actual. Yeah.
yeah, Giants is actually the Giants are ourselves. So I refer to the Bible where there were giants wandering on earth, and somehow we were punished and degraded to what we are nowadays. So no giants anymore. If we talk about real giants, like 3 or 4 meter guys or something like that, I'm not even sure. Maybe it would be giants here and here in heart and brain, um, because I feel that we have all that knowledge in ourselves. We feel much bigger and much greater than we are allowed to be, but we created a system that actually holds us down. So there's so many things that could be that we could achieve, but we're not allowed to achieve. I mean, even in technical points of views, I mean, we have so many people with so many great inventions, um, so many great things they came up with, uh, medicine, technical or whatever machines that we could use, but it's not allowed to be used because you cannot make money with it. So our system is actually the devil. And but we all feel inside that we could be so much more, and we can be so much more if only allowed. So these are the giants. The monsters are the guys who hold you back, who don't want you to succeed. Maybe you're a guy who has discovered that this or that medicine is like the cancer killer, and it only costs a penny because it's this and that herb mixed together. So then the society, the industry comes and says, "Oh, but we cannot patent this, so we don't want you to go public with it." You know what I'm talking about? So our system is actually killing us to be giants. And these are the monsters out there, or even your own monsters inside your head because of education or belief, like the churches, and they hold you down. And how often do you hear yourself thinking, "Oh, this could be a great idea," and then comes this little monster and tells you, "Nah, you can't do that. You cannot. Nah, you shouldn't do that, should you?" And you go like, "Okay, okay, yeah, okay." And so there's so many monsters that hold you back. And I think the Bible is quite clear in that. I think what really happened is that once we probably been a free society, but sooner or later there were these psychopaths and sociopaths, these people come and actually force you to do things that you would never do, and force you to not do things that you want to do. So this is our society nowadays, giants and monsters. So I just hope that the giants succeed and remember who they are or who they were. Though it's a nice philosophical theme. So it's going like in Giants on the Run, it's for example pretty clear about what we're talking about. In Majestic as well, We Can Be Gods. So there's quite a few songs who cover that theme.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is Tokyo. Is it your tribute to Japan?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is finally a song there where I could say thank you to Japan. That's where it all started for me. Back in the days with Pink Cream 69. And also the Master of the Rings with Helloween, which um, it went gold before we even sold a copy, just by pre-orders. So there was so many love from Japan, and I always wanted to write that song, but it's never been there. There's always this idea, but for whatever reason, lyrically, it never happened. There'd been lots of parts and refrains and verses that sounded a bit like Japanese, or at least you had this, yeah, flair of Japan, but never made it because I simply didn't come up with the refrain. And this time it just happened to be there. This is Tokyo. Da, 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 da. I got you. Okay, here we go. Finally. So, and I had this verse, which is a little bit Japanese. Also, the intro is a little bit Japanese, not too much, but a little bit. And we added some taiko parts in the middle. And here you go. You got that little flair of Japan there, and the keywords Shibuya, Roppongi, Kanpai, and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm happy that I wrote it.
Well, Helloween in the future recorded an album similar to Chameleon, uh,
Yeah.
a total album open mind without patterns. No, what do you think about
Oh no,
open mind?
that
Open
would be that would be impossible.
mind.
Simply because Kai is back in the band. I am in the band. You know, I always love to write songs like Giants on the Run or um, um, The Fear of the Fallen or something like that. So this is also,
Fallen is a great song. Yeah.
thank you. So I love to write tunes like that as well. Michael Wyckoff is also having his children melody double bass songs, which has always been a kind of rise and fall classical Helloween style. So there's at least three boys who want to write that shit. And yeah, to be fair, Sasha is always having fun writing that stuff. If he has an idea with double bass, there you go. I mean, Universe is perfect. I love that song. It's a classic keeper song with ups and downs, speedy refrain, packed with melody. So yeah, that's the way it should be. I think with four songwriters who actually want to at least have one or two double bass tracks, you automatically end up with 60% of melodic speed metal on each and every album. So I think a chameleon would be impossible with this band.
Yeah, no, not the same of Chameleon. I talk about with the other kind of metal, but with this, open mind, open. I don't know.
Yeah. But that's what we can do. I mean, you know, I have a ballad on this album. I have two AOR songs on this album, so that should suffice. I mean, the rest of the album, okay, apart from Hand of God. Hand of God is a very experimental rocker, but the rest is, I would say, classic speed, melodic speed metal. Not in the Walls of Jericho vibe, but more or less in the Keeper vibe. Maybe on the next album, there's one song of mine which is more in the Walls of Jericho vibe, so it's very brutal, very fast. Um, so never say never. But as I said, with the songwriters we now have in the band, it would be impossible to write a AOR only album or like a chameleon. That would be impossible. I know Michael Kiske would love it. But you know, the funny thing with Michael is whenever you write a song like Giants on the Run, for example, or Universe, then Michael is like, "Oh, it's so great. I love it. I love it." I said, "Yeah, you go. That's heavy metal. That's speed metal, and you love it." So I think Michael is always just looking for the song. And because there's not so many things he is listening outside of Helloween that really blows his mind, it's simply because there's not the refrains and the melodies he's looking for. So actually, it's nothing to do with speed metal or brutality or something like that. I think Michael is looking for the hook, and when the hook is not there, he doesn't like it. But it can be the most brutal heavy metal speed super song. As long as it's got the melody he loves, he will love the song. So that's what I say. Whenever I come up with something speedy, which has lots of like romantic melodies over it, he's like, "Oh, I love it. I love it," you know?
Like Into the Sun.
Yeah.
So, from Master of the Rings, what's your favorite era of your career in the Helloween?
On the Master of the Rings.
From the Master of the Rings, what is your favorite period in the Halloween
Oh,
thing.
area. Yeah.
Or
I
in
mean, apart from Master of the Rings, because we already talked about that. Master of the Rings was super exciting,
super
new single.
super album.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. But it was very thrilling, heavy times to actually do an album like that out there in the rain, so to say, because you did not know how the people would accept a new singer, how the people would accept that twist in the style of Halloween. But as we know, people were just relieved that we're back to heavy metal. So not a chameleon album, but some double bass going on and like real good shit. That was probably the savior. That's the savior album, which gave us that kickstart again. Besides the besides the Master of the Rings, I really loved the Dark Ride
Dark,
story. The
Dark Ride.
story,
And
the
it's
Dark Ride. It was a decision from the management. They wanted to have a dark album for the United States. We followed, but it took quite a year to adopt. Not only for me, but also for most of the fans out there to realize, okay, it's different sounding. It's much more heavy, less speedy, but at the end of the day, there are great songs on it. And I'm just happy back in now, looking back in retrospect, that it opened up so many doors for the band because just like a song like If I Could Fly suddenly opened up the possibility to not only do the classical 80s AOR, pop rock or rock, but also add some new shit like new metal grunge to the Halloween repertoire without being killed or hanged or lynched or how people can be. But as I said, it took quite a while. It took a year for the people to adopt, for the people to recognize, and a song like If I Could Fly is being played everywhere, and it's Halloween, and yeah, what the fuck, we like it anyways. So, but it was a gambling, put it that way. But on the other hand, I would never do that gambling shit again. Never listen to my record company again. I would just say, you know what, this is Halloween. You got a big ballpark of styles that we are allowed to play, so this should suffice. We do what we do, and you don't tell us what to do. That's what I would say now. That's what I learned. Because at the end of the day, If I Could Fly or Mr. Torture or the great shit that we have on the Dark Ride would have been on any anyways would have been on a Halloween album, but with our sound, less dark and mixed with more speed metal, melodic speed metal, like doing the typical Halloween stuff. And this was not the case for the Dark Ride. I think that's why the people had a lot of problems with the Dark Ride. It was not enough speed metal on it, too much AOR, too much grunge dark stuff for the American market. And the funny thing is, we did that for the American market because the record company told us to do so, and they even did not release it prior to the rest of the world. So, which means every American fan ordered it from Europe or from Amazon or you name it for much cheaper than 3 or 4 weeks later in the stores of the United States. Which means at the end of the day, we did an American album which was mainly sold in Europe or in the rest of the world, but not in US America, even for the Americans. So it was super stupid. So yeah, and that's why I learned don't listen to your record company. At the end of the day, they are all dumbasses.
what would you count about the new album? Something that you want to count, that you will
Well,
describe?
there's a funny story is that we never had that so many songs in the pre-production. We had like this pre-production going where you arrange everything that you have, like all the great ideas. And there were like, for the first time, there were 23 great songs. And we're like, well, what the fuck? What are you doing now? Because 23 songs, I don't want to choose which one is the best here. I love them all. 23 great songs. Never had that in my whole career, my entire career. So we decided to give it away to our management because we have like 5 Helloween fans working for the management. Nice guys. From back in the days, one of them is like from the early days, Walls of Jericho, up to nowadays. And the majority, like the other 4, they jumped in either with the Keeper album or with the Master of the Rings album. So yeah, these people we can't trust. And they went through the 23, and actually the first call I was given was, oh, what the fuck, what should I choose? And I told him, yeah, that's exactly the problem we have. So you have to help us out here. So yeah, but they came up with the 10 that you listen, or 11 songs actually they picked, which you have now on the Giants and Monsters plus the B-side from Marcus.
Yeah. Out of control.
But there's another 12 songs nearly finished, so we could go into studio and record a new album, and it'll be great. So there's lots of
next album ready, no?
Yeah, it's you could record it tomorrow. So what I wanted to say, I know that we don't need to wait another 3 or 4 years for a new Helloween album. I would say maybe in a year or so there's already a new album on the market, and I would be happy because there are lots of my babies.
Yeah. So Andy, for me it's okay. I don't wanna.
Yeah, I have to.
Again.
I have to shut you down anyway because we're close to.
Okay, it's okay.
Like 4:30 is the next interview. Oh, hey, my pleasure as always.
My pleasures for you.
I hope to see you in Madrid.
Yeah.
Or in Milan. I don't know.
Madrid, Milan, maybe Luxembourg and others.
Okay. Yeah.
I would like to see the first concert because I don't wanna know the set list. So
yeah.
I'm going to Luxembourg, maybe Budapest, I don't know.
Budapest is nice, yeah.
We'll see.
But nevertheless, say hello if you can.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Just I thank you. Thanks for having me. And yeah, see you there.
Yeah, okay. See you. Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.